My name is Cub Grylls, and I am a survival expert. I've been to the top of Mount Everest and to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Using my years of training in the Boy Scouts of America, I will attempt to show you how to survive. I am Cub Grylls, and this is Man vs. Wild. Suburban Survival. Before we start our journey, I must first deploy myself into the rigors and rugged terrain of the urban America. Alright, now that I'm safely on the ground, the first thing you want to do in any survival situation is find the bearing. I can tell by the reflection off these street signs that somewhere to my left is west and somewhere to my right is east. Remembering the quick look at the map I had before I deployed, somewhere behind me is due south, which should lead me to the rendezvous point. Far too big to climb and way too big to walk around, I'm going to have to find an alternate solution over this wall. Using a technique taught to me by ancient tribesmen of Delaware, I will show you how to build a rope using nothing but grass. It's getting late, and the first thing I need to think about is shelter. After a few minutes of searching, I've come across this barrel. It should give me the perfect place to build a shelter for the night. It might be a little cramped, but it'll keep me safe from predators and the elements. Oh, this place is mighty cramped, and not to add a bit smelly. It's not much of home, but it'll do for tonight. The smell of cooking meat has caught my attention. Now I must find the source. In a survival situation, always be on the lookout for food. You may never know when you need it for later, so if the opportunity is there, take advantage of it. The human body can last almost an entire month without food before you perish, but without water, you may only last up to 3 days. I've come across these rubbish bins. I'm going to inspect them to see if I can find any traces of water. I've heard the sound of running water. Now if I can locate that source, it usually means one thing: food. I found the source of the water, and there seems to be many fish in it. I will build myself a rod, and using the meat from earlier as bait, attempt to catch one. Now I'll need to build a fishing rod. What I'm going to do is gather some sticks, some plant matter to tie it all together, use the meat in my pocket from earlier as bait, and hopefully I'll be able to catch a fish. Now, if you pay attention closely, this is something I've learned from my travels to Australia. It was taught to me by the Eskimo tribes that inhabit the region. Not too hard to do, but if you're skilled like me, you can make something nice out of almost nothing. After a few minutes of constructing, I built myself a fishing pole. Now the patience. My patience has paid off. I've seemed to have caught myself a large catfish. Now this catfish is plenty good to eat raw, has plenty of vitamins and lots of omega-3 fatty acids. Using my catfish as bait, I'm going to rig a trap. If all goes well, I should be able to double the size of my catch. Now I'm going to build what the ancient Wachichi would call a suicide trap. Basically, I've got my rope from earlier, a stick, this bin I found. I'm going to place my bait inside, lie in wait, and when the predator goes to take the bait, I'm going to pull the stick out, and wham, the trap slams down on him. Now, I've been laying here for what seems like forever, but if you look, I've got something under there. I'm going to go see what it is. Alright, I got something here. Stand back. Could be dangerous. Alright, and there it is. Oh, it's a wolverine. Very native to the areas surrounding the suburbs here. These things can eat literally 5 times the body weight in one meal. Not the size I was looking for, but it should make a nice meal either way. I built myself a nice hot fire, and now I'm going to cook my dinner. You want to be sure to cook any wild animal thoroughly. That way you destroy any parasites such as fleas and worms. Well, I've been cooking my Wolverine for a little while. Got to take a little nibble, see how it is. Oh, absolutely horrible. Tastes like it looks ugly. We're at the end of day 2, and the sun is beginning to set. It's getting late, and I must once again look for shelter. I found a nice pile of, I guess it's wood. Now, if I arrange it in a triangular pattern, it will keep the wind off of me. In case of rain, it will keep me safe and dry. I must once again get walking. I have over 7 miles to cover in the next 24 hours. I've stumbled across this park on my journey, and this bench looks like a nice place to rest. The afternoon sun is overhead and will warm my body, regenerating it. In a survival situation, you should take advantage of any chance you get, even if it means stopping and resting. I'm awakened by a strange man with a gun in my face. In a situation like this, it is important to remain calm and to use your survival technique to subdue your attacker. I can tell by the time and the distance behind me that I'm getting close, but up ahead seems to stand one more obstacle. As you can see, I've come to quite a busy crossroad here. Got to use a few of the things I've gathered along my travels to see if I can overcome this challenge, and hopefully on the other side I'll be close to getting out of here. Using this plastic and this shoelace that I have obtained in my travels, I will attempt to manipulate the machine to allow me to cross. I can now see the school in the distance. It gives me hope. I'm tired, battered, beaten, and worn down, but the thought of getting out of here is enough to keep me going. I have reached a rendezvous point. My ride out of here should be arriving shortly. I like to take a moment at a time like this and reflect on my journey. For now, our journey has ended. I hope you've learned a few tips about surviving suburbia. I will never forget the memories I've had. And until the next time, I am Cub Grylls, and I am Man vs. Wild.